This is Getting in Line with your boy, Rainer Sterling. How y'all doing? I hope y'all staying blessed. Hope y'all staying mentally strong, emotionally strong. Hope you're being your best self, working on becoming the best version of you. You know, that's all I strive for, is being better than I was yesterday. You know, only a competition with myself, because I am my own worst enemy. You know, if I'm in my thoughts and I'm in my feelings and I'm not able to overcome, being stuck in my head and being stuck in my emotions, and them two feeding off one another. I think that's the problem these days is, lack of self-awareness. I promise you, it took me going through hell and going through mindsets and having mindsets. I was in so many dark places, especially back when I was doing heavy on the heroin back in 2015. I am in recovery. I have 119 days today. You know, I feel blessed. I feel good. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped eating all that food. I've been fasting. I've been, exercising. I've been doing my spiritual work, my inner work. I've been really working on myself, taking this winter the time. What better time to work on yourself when it's, there's not really much there is to do. So I do a lot of self-reflection, and I've been discovering a lot about myself as well. But mental health seems to be the problem for a lot of people, if not everybody. In keeping that mental health, keeping your mental health um, a priority is crucial. Just like your emotions and your spirituality for me is the foundation to everything. If I didn't have spirituality in my life and I didn't understand spirituality and myself and the process that I've been through to in order to grow and become uh, who I am and who I still am becoming. And, I'm just energy, frequency, vibration. I'm pure conscious. I'm pure consciousness in human form. This is just my body. I know that I never die. I know I live on. So, you know, um, but with mental health, yeah, you really gotta uh, reinforce positivity. Be around people who are gonna, uplift you and pick you up. Be around people who see your potential. Be around people who ain't gonna drag you down or try to bring up the past or, don't, and, be around people who you kind of admire. Like if they have traits that you admire or characteristics that you might admire, be around those type of people. It all really depends on what your values and your morals are, and if they align with them. That's why my show or my podcast platform, whatever you like to call it, it's called Get in Alignment, because that's important. Mind, body, soul. We're meant to live a balanced life, living in harmony. We create our own reality through our thoughts, and once you become conscious enough, you understand that we're energy, and we know how to transcend, and we know how to use it in our energy. And that's all we need to do is transcend the ego. Stop being in our thoughts and stop thinking. Stop causing conflict. Stop being in conflict. It can be so easy to get pulled into an argument, especially with a significant other. But really, it's not. Is it worth it? Is it worth, the argument? Just think of the reward. Like, what's the benefit of it? Is it helpful or is it harmful? And I'm talking about to yourself and the situation. That took me. I had to learn that myself too, as well. I had to experience it. But these things made me love myself more. And because I chose to. Instead of allowing them identifying with these things. Especially even within myself. I got high to escape myself and the reality I was living in, within myself, because everybody thinks everything's external, and no, everybody just distracts themselves externally to not have to be with themselves by themselves. And that's where the challenge comes. That's where you're alone, and that's when the real shit happens. So, yeah, I'm telling you, the experience is you have to do it though. You must die in order to truly live, and you must transcend and ascend to different levels of consciousness. You have to go within. You have to still the mind. You have to listen to your inner voice, your inner wisdom, and stay connected with that. You have to know and discern what between thought, emotion, and you, who you are, who I am, the I. You have to have some spiritual discernment. This stuff takes practice, but if you want to get out of the matrix, you want to get out of the suffering, you want to get outside yourself, then become the energy and the vibration and frequency and conscious awareness that you already are, and take care of your mental health and stay positive. Build a positive mindset. Learn about spirituality. You got to put in effort as well. It's not a positive mindset isn't just going to happen. You have to create that. We were put on this earth to create by the Creator. Stay blessed.